Welcome to this new episode, and today I have the pleasure to introduce Julio Aranda. Hi Julio.
Hello guys.
Julio is a fantastic dance teacher in Koh Phangan with lots of experience, and dance is one of the things I really love. Julio is specialized in Latin dance, but he also, he's got a very broad knowledge of dance, including therapy and other things. So I'm very excited to have this little chat with you, Julio.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how you got into dance and your background, please?
So I started when I was 8 years old in Paraguay, and just to move and dance around. And my mother explained me one episode in my life that I don't remember, but she said she was looking at me how I was in front of the TV, and I was copying Michael Jackson how to move.
Wow, the Moonwalk.
Yeah. Michael Jackson. They inspire so many people to dance.
Sure.
And from there I went to Germany, so I didn't start really with dance there. I just moved, I like music. But the really personal part of Julio Aranda as a dancer started with 14, 15, where I start to dance more hip hop, breakdance. I get into a group, a boy group of dancers. We create like a show dance company. Start to going also to Battle of the Years. There's one of the biggest competition in the world in Germany about breakdancing.
Breakdancing, so much fun, but that's not very easy, to do breakdancing.
Everything is if you practice enough.
So you did all these experiences and then?
Yeah, and then I was just private dancer. I love to dance, but dancing 4 or 5 hours a day was not enough for me. I wanted to dance more. Oh. So, and also I wanted to dance more, but my mother said, no, Julio, you will not become a professional dancer. You will have a proper job. So I became an IT specialist. I work with companies like Deutsche Bank, German bank, and the telecommunication company in Germany, with my glasses on the computer. And and then I say, with 27, I say, no, I want to be a professional dancer. And I start to practice more professional about Latin dance. So I start to study also about that. Everything by myself, because you don't have really a professional career university for Latin dance. Even not in Cuba, you cannot go there only for Latin dance or for salsa or for bachata. So you need to study a lot of different things. And I just wanted to learn something about salsa, bachata, so I studied by myself.
Very nice. And then I think you mentioned another day that at some point you even set up a school in Hamburg, is that right?
Yes, so this was a 1 year, 1.5 years of very hard working. I quit my job. My mother said, oh no, my God, you made me crazy. Why you quit your job for dancing?
Stick to to what everybody else does. Don't do anything different,
exactly.
Right?
So, but then my mother loved me, so she supported me. And yes, I created a dance school. While I was learning about that, I started also to study dance therapy. Mm-hmm. And the woman that was my teacher, or whatever you want to call it, for dance therapy, she was in love also with Latin American dance. Mm. And she was just looking for a Latin person that also loved not only the chiqui chiqui chuku aspect of, of dancing, but
chiqui
also
chiqui chuku. That sounds fun.
And the deeper part of the healing part of dancing. And so she finding me a good partner, and we create together the first international dance therapy center in Hamburg.
Sounds really good indeed, and obviously you got very solid experience and lots of years dancing and teaching dance, but how did you end up in Koh Phangan?
So I closed my company 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and I started to travel around the world. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to finish this episode of Julio, dance teacher, in a certain way, because the dancing scene became more superficial. Everything became more, it's about the levels or about the styling or about more superficial. And in these 13 years in my career as a dance teacher, I went more deeper and deeper. So I went more in the spiritual aspect, in the healing aspect of dancing. And I didn't find a community in Hamburg where I find all this. So I decided to close my company to went more in the spiritual journey. While I travel around the world, I started to write a book, and I just came to Koh Phangan as every one of us, just casual for holiday, for relaxing. I didn't know nothing about Koh Phangan. And I was living in the jungle for 2 months, working on my book, and it was a rainy season in Koh Phangan. If you people don't know about rainy season in Koh Phangan, you cannot really go so much out, but you can do a lot of beautiful things that I didn't know at this time, like all the workshops there here. I didn't know about nothing about that. So in 1 week before I left the island, I said, I cannot leave this island before I don't really explore. And I started to explore this island, and I got so in love with the people, with Sand Beach. To that time was different at the moment. And like all the musicians was there, the dancers, all the Koh Phangan hippies, partying, everyone was there. It was so lovely, so beautiful. So I stuck here. This is 3 years that I never left the island.
This is a typical example of someone that comes on holiday for a while and they never leave, right? So many.
Koh Phangan style.
Julio, you are very active in Koh Phangan. I know that you have your Latin nights and you are now collaborating as part of the One Tribe Festival is coming up at the end of the year. So what are your current projects and future projects in Koh Phangan?
It seems to be like, for sure, One Tribe is on the end of the year, but before on the end of the year, 26th of December, we will have the first full Latin experience in Koh Phangan. So when I came to Koh Phangan, there was not really a salsa community or Latin community. Of course, we had a lot of Latin people here, gathering there, gathering here, and doing a little bit dancing, a little bit music, a little bit food, but there was not really a place where we can go and meet together and have an experience or share the experience together. So I met some people here on the island since then. One of them is Marco. You know Marco also.
Sure, he's a very good musician.
He created a beautiful band called Panganeros and doing their own music, also covering also other music. They play everything about what is in the genres of Latin American music or Spanish-speaking music. And they create also already here a live music experience. I have this dancing Latin experience. And now I met the third person, Maurice is his name, and he's an amazing chef from Peru. He's original from Chile, but his mother is from Peru and his father is from Israel. Very amazing combination.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's in love with food, and we bring now all this together, like the live music band, Latin experience, the dancing Latin experience with workshops, shows. It's the first time we will have shows. If you want, I can tell you more about this later.
Shows sounds very good. What is the show like? Anyway.
Chiki show.
Why not? Why not? You know?
And then we have also the food experience. So we have a full day, 26th of December. It's a Saturday, I think. We have a full day of Latin experience, food, market. We have also some craft market there. We have the live band, we have percussion, live shows. They will play Afro jamming. Would be amazing.
So much fun because one of the great things about Koh Phangan is not just the spirituality, the yoga, the wellness, which is very big, but also the music, the dancing is really, really something, right? Yeah. So you mentioned ecstatic dance is something that you found very interesting here, just to see how people move there, right? Rather than dance, because ecstatic dance is something I love doing myself, and it's free movement, so there's no techniques whatsoever. So you can just be yourself, and after like 5-10 minutes of dancing, literally the subconscious kicks in and you just move also in automatic almost, it's just so beautiful. But then, there's so many beautiful things that can be done in Koh Phangan, but the Latin aspect of it, you're certainly the guy that, is running there on the island for sure. And it's so much fun that you actually, created this bigger community of Latin dances, and it's lots of people coming for it as well these days. Is that right?
Yes, so they're coming also from all around Thailand because there is not really a big Latin community in Thailand. But we have, for example, in Bangkok, one of the biggest salsa festival in South Asia. So the Latin scene is in a part of dancing, very popular here in Thailand, but this Latin experience in terms of reggaeton or cumbia or other music today, people also like to hear but don't know what it is. They hear cumbia and say, this is salsa, or hear reggaeton, this is bachata. They don't know about it, and we want to bring more this whole range of music, also electronic music, bossa nova, many different music.
So much beautiful things.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about the way people relate to each other when they're dancing. Of course, you have maybe a couple or two people dancing together, and there is a lot of a sort of connection happening because of the moves, because of the rhythms, because of the music, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that really special?
So this is why, for example, I say that in Europe, in the dancing community, many things became more superficial, and this is what I didn't like anymore, because usually is what you say is the most beautiful thing about dancing in general. It doesn't matter in ecstatic dance, where you use no technique, but you connect so deep with a person and you start to move with them and you create a dance without having any technical aspect. Or you both, let's say, learn bachata, for example, and use this technique to connect with each other. And this tool help you to melt heart to heart.
Whoa.
This is really, really deep, and can like in Koh Phangan, we start to improve the dancing part using for tantra, for example. Kizomba is one dance that not only here in Koh Phangan, actually. So I was thinking that I was so how to say that? Innovative, but also in Switzerland there's also a guy there. He's professional kizomba dancer, and he get connected with a tantra teacher, and they start to create the tantra dance using kizomba as a dance, because kizomba connect you direct heart to heart connection. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I know there is a lady here in Koh Phangan that does a tantric dance retreat, like for a few days, only for women.
Exactly.
You know,
Monica,
yeah, that's right.
Amazing.
And she's been doing it for a very long time, very, very popular. And but yeah.
Here's on the island a woman, and it's so interesting how I see also collective happen something in Koh Phangan sometimes. And 2 years ago, I created something called Dancing Sensual Communication, where I start to teach more the deeper aspect of sensuality, not in terms of sexuality, but in terms how sensitive. This is the real indication for sensuality is sensitive. So how sensitive you can connect with a person using your senses. And then I stopped for a while, and there's a woman on the island, her name is Natalie, and she creates something similar. She called us the art of couple dancing.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, very, very beautiful, and as I say, very similar. So we will teach together in the One Tribe, end of the year, in the One Tribe festival, exactly this, what you say, how people relate to each other in dancing, how they connect, how you can feel each other and be more sensitive. And not only going with the mind and with the root chakra into the sexuality.
More from the heart.
Exactly, and more also feeling each other really and meeting each other there where we are and not there where we want to be.
Yeah, being in the moment, right? In the yoga system and many other kind of practices that people have here, it's all about being very present and being very connected and aware. And if you are aware and connected, then you can relate and feel a lot more, right? And dance is just a wonderful thing indeed, you know. So, I mean, of course, we always try to stimulate people back home to take on some sort of activity or something that might, be a little bit inspiring, healthy, or even spiritual in nature. And I love dance. Can we tell people, guys, 2021 is coming up, why don't you start trying on a salsa, on a merengue, or why don't you try one class in January? Come on. And of course, if you are in a part of the world where that's difficult, then you have to wait a little longer or do something online, I suppose. But all you need is another person in the family that want to dance with you,
Exactly.
right?
You can dance with everyone, with your mother, with your father, it doesn't matter.
What's a sort of a easier kind of type of Latin dance that people can start with? Not tango, I don't think.
It's interesting that you say merengue. Merengue is for me one of the easiest dance in the world. It's so interesting that you say And we want to introduce also on the 26th, we will have a show for merengue dance, and we will have an introduction into merengue because we want the people here on the island get more connected, like in the ecstatic dance, for example. You can use this technique very easy to dance with many different songs, not only with the Latin music, and you can use this technique to connect and dance, and merengue is super easy.
Merengue it is then, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, Julio, it's been very, very fun, chatting to you today, and let's hope that people can, get out and dance a little bit more, either at the end of the year or the beginning of next, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And don't forget, 26th of December, the Latin Fest in Retromontane, and end of the year, the 30 in One Tribe Festival with me and other people. Thank you very much.
So if you are in Koh Phangan, well, you're really blessed.
And if not, come from everywhere in Thailand, you can come.
Sounds fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you.